Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Giant Leonardo Playset from Playmates Toys. That's right, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutations line continues on, giving us this whole slew of different action figures that transform or mix and match, and continuing right along with that theme, we get a brand new giant playset in this line, which has that same transforming action feature. So the new Nick Turtles toy line from Playmates is known for having some pretty gigantic playsets. We've already had two versions of the incredibly cool Secret Sewer Layer playset. So Leonardo here is our second giant playset that's a different variety. We've had two of the sewer layer, but it was the same kind of playset, so this is our second different playset here. And this thing is pretty crazy, so let's check this out. That box is pretty cool. It's got some great artwork on there. Shows you all the features. When you remove them from the box, there are some very, very minor assembly required. You don't really have to put a lot together. There's a few pieces you got to snap on there. So kids, get your parents to help you out with it. There's a sheet of instructions to guide you through it. The longest part of putting it together is attaching all of the stickers. There's a little over 30 stickers to assemble. But again, the instructions will tell you exactly where to put it. So once you get it all assembled, this is our starting form. This is our 24-inch tall Leonardo Action figure. That's right, it's a jumbo Leo figure. How cool is that? First of all, I gotta say this guy is amazing. Now, he does have some pretty big feet there, but of course that's to help keep him balanced. But he's pretty neat looking. I mean, look at the awesome details on the head. The bandana is pretty sweet, blowing in the wind back here. Great eyes, nice smile. Very limited articulation. I mean, you can move the arms forwards and backwards. You can swivel at the elbows. You can kind of just move the arms out and in. But that's really the only place you're going to be able to articulate them. And mostly that is for the transforming feature that I'm going to show you in just a bit. So in this form, I'd say he's more meant to just kind of sit there and look cool and be on display. I don't know. He's not super heavy. So I guess kids could kind of play with him a little bit. But the key with this guy is the fact that he unfolds into a whole playset. I thought that was kind of cool because for anybody who's a longtime Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, you might remember back in the day we had these Micro Turtles playsets that were Ninja Turtles action figures that opened up into tiny environments for little micro guys. So this is the same basic principle, but blown up into a jumbo size so that the playset can be used with our basic action figures. Kind of a neat idea, right? Well, let's unfold this so we can see how it works. So, let me show you how to transform this guy. It all starts with the head. Grab onto that head, give it a nice tug backwards, just like this. You're going to fold the head back, and then you'll detach the body in the middle here. This is the part where it's kind of clipped on the tightest. So then you're going to fold this whole back shell down. Now on the back part here, on the inside, we've got this cool blue ramp that's folded up. So you're going to pull that out, and you're going to bring it down over Leo's head. So we got this sweet ramp here now. And we're pretty much done on the back side. So we're going to flip this back around to the front, and now we fold down the front of the playset. We then are going to bend the arms forwards because they're basically going to act as our base to hold this part of the playset together. Then we can fold down the sides over here. We do have some pieces that they tend to detach from time to time, but there we go. We can fold these down. These are the stairs, which, as you can see, kind of came unclipped there, so that might happen from time to time. But there's a little peg on the underside of these stairs. There's a little hole that's going to connect these together, so that's how you're going to attach the stairs to this base part here. We have this ladder, very similar to the ramp, that we're going to fold down to the front out here. Then there is a nice little purple computer screen that we fold up on the side there. We got these two platforms on the side. I already folded the one down over here. We also have a nice little rail, handrail on both sides that we can lift up. You'll notice sitting up here on the top, we have a cool little skateboard for Mikey. So we can pull that and put it to the side. We're going to unfold the top and lift this forward just like that. We got a cool little pole that lifts up. And the final step, if we come down to Leonardo's feet down here, the feet open up to reveal even more areas. So there it is. This is the fully transformed playset. Pretty crazy looking, right? Essentially, we've got ourselves just this multi-level playset that kind of acts as the turtle sewer home, a little half pipe for the skateboard, and an above ground kind of play set. So basically this just gives you a big battleground that you can use with all of your action figures. So let's go ahead and start talking about some of the fun little features here. We'll go ahead and start back here with the turtle shell. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a Michelangelo action figure because, as I showed you, one of the cool things that this comes with, one of the only real accessories we have, is a skateboard. That's pretty sweet, right? We got a little skateboard that's got pegs on there that's perfect to put on the feet of your Michelangelo or any Ninja Turtle that you want to. And this back area here, you can see the fun stickers and everything. It says lean, mean, and green. This is supposed to be your little half pipe area, your skate park. So we can have Mikey back here doing some sweet moves. Yeah, booyakasha! Woo! Cowabunga! So just a fun little skate park area. And of course, we've got this great ramp. We can set Mikey on the ramp. Woo! We can roll him down the ramp. Or, of course, if he wants to skate back up, back into the skate park. So that's kind of fun. Neat little area back there. The ramp is great for the skateboard. We can send the skateboard off to the side. All right, so now I'm going to rotate it back around this direction so I can start showing you some of the other things. You might notice this little staircase keeps coming detached. That's going to happen a lot of times when you move this around, so it's something to be wary of. But there's a lot of fun little things going on in here. We've got all these great little areas where we can stand some figures if we want to. So, you know, if we want to put the turtles in there, or say we want to put some of our invaders in there, we can do that as well. There's these cool little weapons rack things right here. There's one on either side. You can see there's these blue pieces of plastic that have all these little weapon spaces on there. So you can store any weapons on there that you want to. Ninja Turtle weapons, bad guy weapons. It doesn't come with any weapons, but if you want somewhere to put them, that's what those are for. Then we start to get to some of the fun little features in here. You might notice that there's these cool double doors here. These do open up. There's a little button on this back side, and it's got a little sticker on there that says, caution, no step. This is going to activate one of our action features. You can see there's a little rug here. Little do the bad guys know that's a fake rug, because pushing this button actually makes that rug flip up. So let's say Bebop has stumbled in. He wants to know what's going on, checking things out. If you want one of your turtles to come over here and press this, boom, it just flips Bebop down to the ground below. So that's kind of fun. But let's say maybe he outsmarted that, right? Maybe, oh, he knows that that is a fake rug. Well, this is where things get really fun. We got this pole up here on the top that I showed you guys earlier. This is one of those great swinging poles, which we've seen on some of the other play sets. So if you want to get Leo or any of the boys to grab onto this pole, check this out. We can flip them up. We got an intruder down here. We let him fly. Boom! He kicks the guy through the double doors and he goes flying through the back. That is just a satisfyingly fun action feature. I love that. So really, really fun stuff there. In addition to that, you can see we got a nice little area up here, more room to stand guys on. We got the little ladders here on the sides. We're going to flip our guys down. And there's a little manhole cover, a little sewer home that leads down to the sewer home. So you can open up the sewer cover and close it if you want to. It's going to bring us down here to the base area. Another manhole cover can be found here. Opens up. It actually opens up like in the chest part of the Leonardo giant figure, so we can open that up. So that way turtles can go in and out there. We got a great little screen area there, which is perfect for, say, you know, Donatello. Maybe he's coming in here and he's doing a little bit of work. Got some fun stickers on there, different things, New York City, all kinds of stuff like that. And we've got a little ladder that can take them down to the bottom levels. Now, the bottom levels are where things get pretty fun. So I'm going to rotate this around so you guys can hopefully get a little bit of a better view down here. Over here on this side, I love this. This is the area that looks like the Ninja Turtles' room, like their bedroom. You can see the stickers look like a very, very messy floor. There's a great poster up on the wall where you can see all four turtles. It's like a giant picture that they've got hung up. And then my favorite little detail is this screen over here that has video game controllers hanging off of it with an awesome sticker on the screen of a Ninja Turtles arcade game. How sweet is that? Really fun reference for all of us who grew up playing that game in the arcades. I love that. That's a great touch. And then if you come over to the other foot over here, we do have another monitor. So even more areas where Donatello or any of the turtles can come do a little bit of work. They can do some surveillance. We got stickers on there that shows the Krang and Shredder and all kinds of cool stuff like that. And then over on this side, you can see we have a little jail cell with an opening door. Now, here's a fun thing about that. If we move back up to the second level, you'll see that there's a little hole there. That hole leads right down to the jail cell. So if you got any of these thinner guys like Bebop or a Foot Soldier or the Krang, they should fit down here nicely. You can stuff them in this little hole just like this. And it sends them down to the jail cell down below, where you can slam the door on them and get them trapped in the little dungeon. Now, there is another hole over on the other side. However, that one just leads down to the turtle's bedroom. So you can pretend like this is their little escape hatch, and this one over here leads the bad guys right down to the little dungeon. Now, if you've got any of these bigger guys like Rocksteady, he's not really going to fit in there. He's too big. So you're definitely going to need to use the skinnier guys like Bebop, Krang, Foot Soldiers, and they should work perfectly to go down into the jail cell. So those are all the features with this, and it's pretty fun. I really like it. And I think one of the best things about this, of course, is this nice big open area, very similar to that sewer layer playset, which is going to give us a lot of room to just stack some toys up on. I mean, look at this. We can fill this thing up with all sorts of Ninja Turtles action figures, and we can really have an awesome playtime with this. I think kids are going to love this for that fact. All right, so we've seen it transform into a playset. We've seen all the features of a playset. You guys probably want to see how to turn it back now, right? Just so you've got the idea of how to do it, I'm going to show you how it's done. It's not too tricky, and once you do it a couple times, you get the hang of it, you get it figured out. So here we go. I'm going to start by closing up the feet on the bottom. It was the last thing we did, so it's the first thing I'm going to do this time. We can fold that ladder up. We can fold the computer screen down. Kind of covers it up there. We got these little areas on the sides. You're going to want to fold down the handrails, and then you fold the sides up like this, and the staircase also kind of folds forward, and this piece always falls off. So be warned about that. There you go. Fold that up. Staircase kind of folds up and just folds down in the front over here, just like that. This piece on the top presses down, locks in place. We can bring that pole down. We can flip the top over here, and it's a great place to store Mikey's skateboard if you don't want to leave it with your action figures. It plugs right onto the top up there. So now that we got this part done, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the front of the playset forward. This is the part that might be a little tricky, depending on how you've got all this stuff folded up. So make sure you got this all folded up correctly, and that should come up nice and snug just like that. The back is actually what holds this in place. So then we can fold up the ramp here, just like this. We fold the shell up, and we lock these two halves together. There's pegs that clip it in place. Move the arm down, just like that. And then we close the head. Boom. And just like that, we once again have a giant 24-inch Leonardo action figure. I think this is a really fun playset. I really do. I think it's a cool concept. Like I said, it totally reminds me of those vintage micro playsets that I used to play with as a kid, just on a much bigger scale. I think the giant stuff is pretty neat. There's not a lot of toy lines out there these days where we get giant playsets. I think Playmates is doing a really good job with that. And this is just another really fun play area for kids to go wild with all of their Ninja Turtles action figures. So the giant Leonardo playset is starting to hit store shelves right now. I imagine this is going to be one of the bigger items being pushed for the holiday season. It runs around $89.99, so it's a little bit cheaper than the Secret Sewer Layer playset. Happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.